All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Prime Spine Consulting Personal Injury Accelerator live Q&A call. Today's Thursday, October 15th, halfway through the month. It's going fast, people. It is for me anyway, so welcome. A few people here in the waiting area, so let's just go over a few ground rules for today's webinar. If you're in the waiting area and you have a little red microphone with a line through it, that means you have audio. You can raise your hand in your control panel. I'll call on you. I'll unmute you and we can have a discussion right here in the webinar. If you don't have a little red microphone with a line through it, that's okay. You can simply send me a question through the question tab. I'll be notified that there's a question there. I'll repeat the question, give the answer, and then you can continue to write follow-up questions to your initial question. So let's go ahead and get started today. A few things that I want to cover. In the Facebook group, somebody asked about intake forms, paperwork, personal injury paperwork. So one of the members, Matt Silvestro, was very kind to offer all of his intake paperwork. Again, Matt Silvestro is the owner of 1-800-HURT-911, multiple chiropractic offices across Atlanta, been doing this for 20 years. So I think his paperwork is really second to none, and you can just use it to make sure nothing's missing or left out of your paperwork. So let's see. Well, we don't have to go through that, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that intake paperwork as a PDF into the video portal, most likely in like week 4. So you can just access those intake forms. You can download them from the video portal. And well, let's just do it now, so I'll show you where they are. Well, fellas and gals, I know I have them here somewhere. I just don't know where I put them, but I will find them and I'll put them in the video portal, then I'll make an announcement in the Facebook group. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to waste any time here, but that's what I'll do. With that intake paperwork, I'll just put it in the video portal. I'll just make it a part of the video portal. You can look at those intake forms, compare them to yours again, and make sure you're not missing anything or leaving out anything. Okay. And while I wait for questions, I will look for that paperwork. Give me a second here. Yeah, let's not do that. It's going to take too much time. Okay. In order to accelerate getting you more Zoom sessions, going to schedule once or Calendly will get you meetings faster. Because it's a link. And you can even create an extension on your desktop. So if you see my desktop here, here's my schedule once extension. So if I'm having conversations, here I'll show you one. Okay. So as soon as this guy answers me, are you open to getting on a Zoom call where I can show him the program? He'll say yes. I'll go up to this extension right here. I installed it on my Google Chrome. I can click on it now. I can click this copy, move it over here to Facebook. Boom. This guy will get on my calendar. But I don't want to send him that because I'm having an organic conversation with him right now, and I'm waiting for him to respond. He's not online. If he is online, he'd have a little green circle right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for him to respond. Now this guy, this happened earlier today. He wanted a kind of a weird time, so I didn't have it on my calendar, so I had to set it up manually for him. But he wanted I asked him if he was open to getting on a call. He said 11 should work. He wants it on a Saturday, and I accommodated him. But if simply I would have gone up to my extension, clicked on this, copied the link, boom. Boom. Okay. Again, these two platforms, Schedule Once and Calendly, they're less than 15 bucks a month for unlimited use. You can send unlimited links for people to book calls with you. Again, this is going to eliminate the back and forth. This week or next week. Okay, next week, end of the week, beginning of the week or end of the week, beginning of the week, Monday to, like, that's so much back and forth, and it's just a waste of productivity and a waste of time. When you send them this link, again, they can pick the times, right? So here we'll just we'll go to the link. Just click on it, see what happens. So this is really going to be valuable for you if you block out your calendar and you have a pattern of blocking out your calendar for when you're in clinic, when you're in surgery, when you're doing things as the doctor or the practitioner. If you use a Google Calendar, it'll block out times that's not available. So right now, this only goes 4 days out for me, and I do that on purpose. So all these times are blocked out of my calendar because I have calls scheduled, right? Here are my Friday call schedules. And so if you block out your calendar, your liaison can set up Zoom calls when you're available. Now, if you're lackadaisical about this and you don't block off your calendar because you don't have a good habit of doing that, then this isn't going to work for you. The last thing you want to do is book a call with an attorney, book a Zoom call with an attorney or a doctor that you want to make a relationship with, and then you have to cancel. Then you want to lock it in. They made an appointment, keep that appointment. Don't you hate when your patients make appointments and at the last minute call and cancel, or don't even have the courtesy to call or cancel? So anyway, how you do anything is how you do everything. It's a very important lesson to learn. If you're dealing with somebody, they're constantly canceling, constantly being late, that's how they are. How they do anything is how they do everything. They have a habit of being not on time and borderline disrespectful. Okay, anyway, so that's how that works, and it's great. They get right on your calendar. When you go to Zoom, when you send them Zoom links, when you set up these Zoom calls on your Zoom account, you can go to your meetings here, and you'll be able to see your meeting schedule, okay, when you're going to be getting on Zoom calls, but it's also in your Google Calendar as well, and all of the information would be contained here. And Zoom integrates with your Google Calendar. So here, Zoom will automatically place the information into your Google Calendar invite. I mean, you talk about saving so much time and increasing your productivity by doing it this way. It really is no human effort on your part when you have these links and you get into technology and you let technology do the work for you. Let the machine do the heavy lifting, right? Helps us work faster. Okay. All right, so this guy, I mean, he's reaching out to me. We will I want to get to understand your current situation. And this will be a time investment of about 45 minutes in the growth of your practice. Cool. Remember, we always end with a question. Cool. All right, I'll deal with that later. All right, so if you're in the waiting area, you have a question, simply raise your hand if you have that little red microphone with a line through it. If you don't have that, you can type out your question on the bottom in the question tab. I'll get notified that there's a question there, and then we can have a discussion, and you can ask follow-up questions. So just another reminder there. Okay. Yes, 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 you should have a letter of protection. And I'm also going to recommend that you personal injury doctors, if you're new to personal injury, or even if you've been in it for a while, just, you don't know everything, right? We can always learn more. So what I'd like for you to do is let's go to start joining some groups. Okay. So let me go home here. It is so crazy. Facebook is super fast when I'm not on a call or not on a webinar, but when I'm on a webinar or on a call, painful, slow. Let's get rid of this guy. Okay. Groups. So I'll show you the groups that I'm in. Okay. Modern Chiropractic Marketing Group. Join these groups just to read. You don't have to post anything there, but they can really give you, there's good information in there that can help you. So join these groups. I post in there, the PI Doctors Elite Community. Okay, so this is a community of like-minded PI doctors all getting together and sharing ideas. Oh, this guy had an epiphany, so you can read all about his epiphany. And I mean, I had a patient who had to leave out of town for 15 days. I saw a really good one here where an attorney reached out to a doctor for a settlement request, and the doctor didn't want to take what was offered, and the attorney never followed up, never made a counteroffer, just didn't pay the doctor. What would you do? Here it is right here, 18 hours ago. Sent a reduction, he declined, sent a counter reduction, never heard back. Now, what I do is I take him to magistrate court in the county where my office is. And you will always win. Bring your chart, bring your signed liens, bring all the documentation that you have. You provided a service to this person and they didn't pay you. Because typically, if a lawyer gives a patient a settlement, let's say they gave them the check at 12 noon, by 12:05 the money will be gone. And that's your money, by the way, if you don't get paid from the case. So you sue them in magistrate court. And then you can also write a letter to the state bar, because in Atlanta we have rule 1.15. You can look it up. That says if an attorney knows that you have your property assigned to a case, your property is your bill, and they neglect to pay you in consideration, for consideration of the care that you gave on a lien, they can be disbarred. Okay, but you have to know the law, you have to know the rules. In Atlanta or Georgia, it's rule 1.15. Oh, boom, here, I talked about it here. Okay, but I just took them to magistrate court. 80% of the time, they never show up. So you get a default judgment on them, and then you can start garnishing the wages. Is this optimal? Do you want to be doing this? Hell no, but sometimes attorneys leave us no choice. Now we're talking about things that are negative, that are not really part of a normal personal injury practice, but it happens on the fringes, okay? So it's gonna happen. and you have to be prepared to deal with it. And obviously you want to not work with that attorney anymore. That attorney doesn't respect your bill, doesn't respect your business, doesn't respect you. Cut them out of your life. Not worth dealing with that guy. Okay. All right, so I have a question. Can we schedule a can you schedule a Zoom meeting with a doctor or attorney through Zoom, or we have to get Calendly? No, you can do it. Yeah, you can schedule it through Zoom, but again, you're going to have to just ask those questions. Hey, can we do it next week? Oh, you're available next week. Great. Then what day? So it eliminates the back and forth, because as I showed you, when you just send them the link, let's see where I may have got rid of it. Because what I say is use this link to easily schedule a call with me at your convenience. So Jason, you would be sending your link to the attorney or a doctor, and then they're going to be picking out available times that they're where they're available. So no, you don't need this. It just eliminates asking questions and going back and forth. You can say, hey, I'm going to make it easy for you, Mr. Attorney, doctor. I'm going to email you this link. Simply click on it, and you can get on my schedule at your convenience. So on schedule once, you can let them know your available times, 8 in the morning, 6 at night. Like you can do all that in schedule once. It's very easy to set up. If you have an issue or this is something that you want to do, you can reach out to me and I can help walk you through it and make sure that it's configured properly. Or if you get it set up and you want to test it, give me a call and we can do some testing. Okay, so Jason, you got it. Seems like you got it. It's worth the $15. It is. It's just a way to work faster. Again, schedule once is $15 a month. Calendly is a little cheaper and it does have some of the features, but I discovered schedule once first. I love it. I don't want to change. It's so worth the value of $15 a month for unlimited use. You can book as many calls as possible with it. It's great. Okay. So going back, join these groups. You can learn something if you read, or you can ask them a question in these groups. There's personal injury, chiropractic, medical doctor groups out there. Join them. You can get, if you just glom one nugget of information from these groups, I mean, it's just worth it. Okay. Some of these questions are really in the weeds. Information on vagus nerve injury post-collision. It's just a lot. Anyway. So join some groups. Now I join groups as a marketer and ask questions. Hey, anybody interested in moving your practice forward with personal injury with new methods and habits to attract more PI? And I get calls that way, but you can learn stuff. PI Doctors Elite Community, Modern Chiropractic Marketing Group. There's one just called Chiropractors. Chiropractic Essentials. This is like essential oils, chiropractor selling essential oils. Not my cup of tea. Nothing personal, not judging, just not for me. And then chiropractors. So people are posting in chiropractors as well. So it's real simple. You can go to the search tool, chiropractic, for example. You can look for groups. Okay. And then all you do, it'll have this little thing where you can join group. Not really looking for employment. It's not on these because I'm in these groups. So look for some group and you just join. Very simple. Okay, so there's a chiropractic group for everybody, but that's how you find them in Facebook. And maybe there's a chiropractic group specifically for your area town. This one here, I just found Chiro Connection. This is a group. They bring chiropractors and attorneys together. I mean, it's free to join, and you can connect with attorneys that are in this group and then send them a little message. Hey, I'm looking to expand my relationship now. Remember, just use your organic outreach messaging process. But instead of reaching out to them the way that I train on LinkedIn and Facebook, if you get into these groups and you can just send them a message. You would just change this part, the thanks for connecting part, right? And just say, hey, Mr. Attorney, I hope your family and team are well. So you're a PI attorney in my area. I'm looking to, okay, you just change it a little bit, but use this process to connect with people in these groups. Okay, so if you're not in the Atlanta or the Georgia area, this isn't going to be one for you, but find a group that may resonate with you where there could be attorneys sitting in there. Let's see if you're a Florida chiropractor. Florida. Go to groups. Oh, I put it in Florida, and the first one is Georgia Attorney Questions and Answers. National Personal Injury Lawyers Association. I don't know. Try to get in, write down some names of people. If they kick you out, who cares, right? It's almost like that question that I got last week. What if a law firm has a no soliciting sign on the front door? My answer is, who cares? Just because they have the sign doesn't mean you have to see it. Secondly, soliciting is not the same thing as trespassing, right? You're not trespassing. You're not selling anything. Point of the matter is, just walk past that no soliciting sign. Most of the time, the attorneys don't even know it's there. The attorney's office doesn't even know it's there, believe it or not. So don't worry about it. Here's a South Florida Personal Injury Network. 421 members. Pretty damn good. I bet you could find some attorneys in there to work with if you're in Florida. So that's how you find groups. And it's just another way to reach out to attorneys that are in these groups. Okay. So if I was a Florida chiropractor and I'd never heard of Marius Ged, of Ged Lawyers, or Albert Johnson, guess who I would be friending on Facebook and sending my message to, right? So they're letting you peek in to this group anyway. You don't even have to be a member. I mean, you can join it right here. And you can see the people posting in this group. Let's see something here. Perhaps if you join the group and become a member, you could actually see all the members in the group, and then you can send them your message about connecting. All right, so that's how you find groups. And docs, join the lawyer groups. Make them kick you out. Again, you're not going to go to Facebook jail for joining a group you don't belong in, right? I joined this group up here, the Chiro Connection group. I posted a thing in there about, are you looking for more PI patients? Give me a call, and I got kicked out. I got shown the exit door. But guess what? The Facebook police didn't come knocking at my door. I didn't go to Facebook jail. I didn't go in front of the Facebook grand jury for breaking the rules. Like, who gives a shit, man? Mix it up, break the rules. I put a, let me show you this. And then we can end on this one today. I'm gonna end on this video. Unless anybody has some last minute questions, you can ask your question. This is a 3-minute video. Let me talk about. The 6 rules of success. The first one is break the rules.
Of course, people ask me all the time. They say to me, what is the secret to success? The first rule is trust yourself. But what is most important is that you have to dig deep down, dig deep down and ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Not what, but who. And I'm talking about not what your parents and teachers want you to be, but you. I'm talking about figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy, no matter how crazy it may sound to the people. So rule number one is, of course, trust yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. And of course, rule number two is break the rules. We have so many rules in life about everything. I say break the rules, not the law, but break the rules. It's impossible to be a maverick or too original if you're too well behaved. You don't want to break the rules. You have to think outside the box. That's what I believe about all. What is the point? All you want to do is be like everyone and avoid trouble. The only way that I ever got any place was by breaking some of the rules. Which of course brings me to rule number three. Don't be afraid to fail. Anything I've ever attempted, I was always willing to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by fear of failure, or you will never push yourself. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision. And you know that it's the right thing to do, and success will come. So don't be afraid. Which brings me to rule number four, which is don't listen to the naysayers. I mean, how many times have you heard that you can't do this, you can't do that, and it's never been done before? As a matter of fact, I love it when someone says that no one has ever done this before, because then when I do it, that means that I'm the first one that has done it. So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done.
Sorry. Annoying.
I always said to myself, that brings me to rule number five, which is the most important rule of all. Work your butt off. Now, I've always believed leaving no stone unturned. Muhammad Ali, one of my great heroes, had a great line in the 70s when he was asked, how many sit-ups do you do? He said, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it starts hurting. When I feel pain, that's when I start counting, because that's when it really counts. That's what makes you a champion. That's the way it is with everything. No pain, no gain. And let me tell you, it is important to have fun in life, of course, but when you're out there partying, horsing around, someone out there at the same time is working hard. Someone is getting smarter and someone is winning. Just remember that. And if you want to win, there's absolutely no way around hard work. None of my rules, by the way, of success will work unless you do. I've always figured out that there's 24 hours a day. You sleep 6 hours. 18 hours left. I know that some of you out there now said, oh, wait a minute, I sleep 8 hours or 9 hours. Well, then just sleep faster, I would recommend. Just remember, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in the pocket. That takes me to rule number six, which is a very important rule. It's about giving back. That you take in life, must always find time to give something back. Something back to you, give something back to your state, to your country. Let me tell you something, reaching out and helping people will bring you more satisfaction than anything else you've ever done. Remember those 6 rules. Trust yourself, break some rules, don't be afraid to fail, for the naysayers, work like hell, and give something back.
All right, well, that will conclude today's webinar live Q&A. Thank you to those for showing up. This will be posted in the Facebook group later on today. So we'll see you again on the 19th of October, Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here. We will post those in the Facebook group. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you Monday night.